Hi, my name is Amber Smith. I'm the Gaston County Schools Secondary Social Studies Curriculum Facilitator, and today I want to share with you some of the changes in our social studies standards. The first change I wanted to point out is something that changed in all kindergarten through 12th grade social studies classes, and that's the addition of our inquiry strand that's been added to our standards. Using an inquiry strategy, we're putting the learning into the hands of students by asking them compelling and supporting questions, giving them primary and secondary sources to explore answers to those questions, and once they gather that evidence to answer those questions, they'll communicate what their findings were, and will also be given an opportunity to take action on what they've learned in the inquiry activity. For high school social studies, or world history, civic literacy, and American history courses, again, these courses are much like the middle school, staying the same in topic, but the way that they're covered will look different. For world, the major change is that the timeline looks different. So it used to cover ancient history through modern history, or modern times, but now it's going to begin at 1200 AD, and it will end in the modern history era. So what they've done is they cut the course down in content to about half of the time span of what it used to cover. There also are new strands to this course. Previously, in our standards, we only saw a single history strand that would organize what students would have to learn about. And in our new standards, we see additional strands including inquiry, behavioral science, civics and government, economics, geography, and history being added to those standards. For civic literacy, there's a change in what's covered. Personal finance has transitioned into its own course, so they took that out of civic literacy. That course will no longer require teachers to cover those personal finance standards. Instead, we're going to create a new course called Economics and Personal Finance, and Economics and Personal Finance will have its own standards. There also are additional strands added to the civic literacy course, including, again, inquiry, behavioral science, civics and government, economics, and geography and history. For American history, the course length has changed. Previously, if you recall, it used to be taught as American 1 in the first semester and American 2 in the second semester, so it really was an American history course that spanned the course of the year. Now, with the new standards, it transitions into one single course offered in a semester, and it's just called American History. So it will cover beginning with 1763, which is the French and Indian War, and will end with the most recent presidency or presidential election. So that's the time frame that teachers will be covering with our new course. The new standards also have transitioned from a single history strand to including inquiry, behavioral science, civics and government, economics, geography, and history. The personal finance and economics course that I mentioned previously will be available to students in the coming years. As more details are given to us about this course, we will then push that information out to parents and students. So you can look for that information in the near future. To find more information on our social studies standards, or if you'd like to look at those standards documents yourself, what you could do is navigate to our North Carolina Department of Public Instruction webpage and go to our social studies page on their site and click on whatever course it is that you would like to look at. Now, what I've done is created a QR code on this screen that you can scan, and it'll take you directly to that social studies standards webpage for North Carolina. And one tip I wanted to mention for you is that when you are clicking on those different standards documents, make sure that you're to see the new ones that you are clicking on the standard that includes Fall 2021 in the title. That ensures that you are looking at the new standards that were implemented this year. I hope this information was helpful to you in understanding our new standards.